Good afternoon everybody, Adam here and welcome back to another episode of Adam's Eats. Now before I jump into today's video, I just want to quickly update you on the microphone situation. I had an update from eBay, it's been dispatched so it's on its way, so it should be with me anytime soon. Well, probably not anytime soon because it's coming from China, so it's probably about a week away. I can't wait for it to turn up, right, because this audio, listening back to it when I've been editing the past video, I was just like, Jesus, that is just terrible, really tinny, and not very good at all. If you're a budding YouTuber and you want to start your own channel, one piece of advice I'm going to give you right now is to invest in some half decent audio, okay? I mean, you could be filming on a brick and you've got really poor image quality, but if your audio's naff, right, people ain't going to want to know. I mean, I'm lucky in the sense that you guys understand and you appreciate the situation that I'm in, and you know it's going to be sorted soon. One good thing about not having a mic attached to me at the minute is I've got much more freedom. I can spin around, move about, you know, jump up and down if I want to, which is nice because that mic is a bit restrictive, you know, I have to watch where I'm looking and, you know, end up with bits of cable wrapped around my feet and stuff, so, you know, that's kind of nice in the meantime. Anyway, on to today's recipe. I'm going to make a courgette and mozzarella bake. I'm making this because I've got some courgettes left over from the halloumi and vegetable skewers I did, and it's just going to be a really nice little pasta bake with some mozzarella in there, some tomatoes, some courgettes, garlic, and we're going to bake it off in the oven, and it's going to be really simple and it's going to be really delicious as well. So as per usual folks, if you press that pause button, make a list of what you need and we'll go and get stuck in. Right, okay, so the first thing we need to do is get some prep done. So I've got some tomatoes here, got my courgettes. There's about 100 grams of tomatoes here. You don't have to put these in, but they need using up, so I'm going to put them in anyway. And all I'm going to do is just chop them in half, stick them on a plate. And once you've chopped up your tomatoes, you want to take your courgettes, or zucchinis as you call them in the States. There's about 450 grams here, or 2 large-ish courgettes. And all we need to do is just top and tail them, get rid of those bits, and then just slice the courgettes into nice thin discs, roughly that sort of size. And once you've chopped up all of the courgette, we'll just pop that on a plate for a minute out of the way. Next I've got 3 cloves of garlic, which I'm just going to peel, and then like I've shown you a gazillion times, I'm just going to chop it nice and finely. Now I really like garlic, so I'm using 3 cloves, but if you prefer a much milder flavour, then just add 2. Okay, so once it's finely chopped, we're going to add that to our tomatoes because they're going to go in the pan at the same time, so it just makes sense to put them with the tomatoes. Right, so that's most of the prep done now, so we can get on and start cooking. I've got myself a nice heavy pan here, to which we need to add a nice generous glug of olive oil. So once you've added the oil, we need to get it onto a medium-ish heat. So once you've added the courgettes to the pan, you're looking to cook these for about 20 minutes to half an hour. They should take on a bit of colour and they should be nice and soft as well. Now when you're cooking these, you're going to want to tend to them, you know, make sure they're turned quite often so you get a nice even colour all the way through. So about the halfway point, once it's almost there, you want to get your pasta on, get that cooked so it's ready to go in the dish. Right, so after about 25 minutes you can see they've got some nice colour on them. So we're going to go in with our tomatoes and garlic. We're going to turn the heat down to nice and low because we don't want to burn that garlic. A good pinch of salt, about a teaspoon of dried basil. You can use fresh if you want, I haven't got any. And then a good sprinkling of ground black pepper. Then just mix that all through. And then cook that for about another 5 minutes just to take the rawness out of the garlic and those tomatoes have started to go soft. And now what I'm going to do is add the pasta. Now I've cooked this for about 2, maybe 3 minutes less than what the packet instruction says because you want it a little bit underdone because obviously it's going to finish off in the oven. Now with your mozzarella, I'm just going to tear nice big chunks off. I'm going to add that in. I've also preheated the oven to gas mark 5 so it's nice and hot, ready for it to go in. And then I'm going to add a lick of cream. You don't need much, probably about 100 ml. This just helps bring it all together. And then give that a good old mix through so everything's evenly combined. And then we'll finish that with a nice generous grating of parmesan cheese. And that is now ready for the oven. And that will take about 20 to 30 minutes to cook. And And what you're looking for is for it to be nice and golden brown on top and all that cheese is melted as well. So I'll see you guys in a bit, we'll serve it up and we'll give it a taste. I can't wait, I'm so hungry. Okay, so it's been about half an hour now, let's get it out of the oven and have a look. And there we have it folks, as you can see, it's nice and crispy on the top, that cheese is melted. I'm just going to leave it for a couple of minutes just to cool down slightly because that's going to be molten hot in there, and then we'll have a taste. Right, here we are then, let's give it a try. I'm going to try and go for a nice cheese pull as well if I can. Oh yes. Try a bit of that courgette. Now normally courgettes can be quite bland, right? They don't really have much flavour on their own. But what's really good about them is they absorb lots of flavour. And cooked this way, they're absolutely delicious. That cheese and all that olive oil and garlic, slightly crispy on the top. But what really makes the dish is the fact you've turned the humble courgette into something more exciting. And there we are folks, that's my courgette and mozzarella pasta bake. Hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I did eating it. And that about wraps up today guys, so thanks again for tuning in and watching. Again, thank you for your understanding with the audio problems. But like I said before, hopefully it'll be sorted soon. Also, if you like what you see today, stick around at the end because there'll be some links to some other videos. And if you'd like to subscribe, there'll be a button for that as well. I'll see you all next time for more tasty fun and frolics, and bye for now.